Therapists of Reddit. What's been your biggest, I know I'm not supposed to judge, but holy crap moment? Early on in my career, while working at a community mental health center, I had a 17-year-old client that had an 18-month-old daughter and was 4.5 months pregnant when we began working together. After we built enough trust in our relationship, she disclosed that she had been repeatedly raped by her father for the past 3 years. He had sole custody of her because her mum suffered from drug addiction and had her parental rights terminated. She reported him to the local police, small town. However, they were friendly with her father and didn't believe her. They told her they would only follow through with a report if she would detail her trauma with her father present, stating that if she could not do that, they would know she was lying. Her biggest fears were that her children were biologically her father's. She would not get a DNA test because she didn't want to look at them or love them differently. I made several reports to several authorities that declined to investigate or remove her from the home. In the end, my supervisor and I worked our butts off to get her connected with a very thorough and helpful assault agency in another state. My agency and the new agency split the cost to get her there, settled and safe. She was 18 years old by this time. I still think about her 20 years later and hope she's okay. I evaluated a child and had to testify in family court. During the court session, I learned that the mother had rented her oldest daughter to her friends when the daughter was 15 to 17. The mother told the daughter she had to do it, otherwise her siblings would be homeless and hungry. Mother used most of the money for drugs. Father pays rents and brings grocery every week because he knew mother didn't have money. Custody was 50-50 when this was happening. The judge did not terminate the mother's parental rights and mother got supervised weekend visits. The judge said it wasn't clear the mother's intention was for her friends to rape the daughter, so she wasn't going to terminate the mother's parental rights. She went on about the importance of children having a mother in their lives. Till this day, I judge both the mother and the judge. An attorney who specialized in insanity defenses during the sentencing phase of death penalty cases talked about one serial killer she worked with. She said that the most frightening person she ever met was the father of her client. Dad would tie his son's hands to the rafters in their house, then whip his son with electrical wire. Started my first year practicum at the county behavioral health working with foster kids. Shadowed my co-worker for a session with a 10-year-old. On the drive back to the office, she told me that the 10-year-old was a victim of repeat CSA and has formed a great bond with her caregivers and wants to stay with them. However, her CPS social worker was actively trying to get her back with her mum, who was still living with her boyfriend that sexually assaulted the client. Her therapist continued to advocate for the client to stay with the caregivers because that's what the client wanted as well. I just cannot believe that CSA isn't an immediate nope, not getting your kids back if that person is still in contact/lives with the perpetrator. Or is the perpetrator? I had a preteen client whose guardian kept requesting progress notes to see how they've been doing. It's against clinic policy for clients and parents, guardians, to have access to the notes. They're allowed to have access to everything else though. The client was very defiant to everyone, but was a wonderful kid throughout their treatment with me. When I met both with the guardian and parent, who both insisted on knowing everything about the kid, everything started making sense. Once the parent requested to switch therapists only because I declined their request to the notes, I knew how unhealthy the family dynamics were. I felt bad for the kid because they were opening up more about the family dynamics and how they impacted them. We had a good therapeutic relationship. A lovely teen girl was brought to her first appointment with me by her dad. Her mum had, as diplomatically as he could spell it out to me, recently up and left the family to go live some selfish new age lifestyle with a Reiki healer. Just abandoned him with 2 kids to raise solo, and he was doing his best for them. Therapy was the daughter's idea. She had been having troubling intrusive thoughts lately about school shootings, like how to plan and execute one, and these thoughts were upsetting to her and she did not want to act on them. I can still picture how scared and sad she looked telling me this. I just wanted to wrap her in my arms, but instead I offered so much praise and encouragement for her seeking help and trusting me with this information. She also met most of the diagnostic criteria for onset of a schizoaffective disorder. We pulled Dad into session, caught him up, explained the most urgent part of the plan. He was going to take her for a full eval with a great psychiatrist colleague of mine who understood the situation and was going to get her in stat. Daughter seemed relieved. Dad seemed relieved. We scheduled time to talk soon. Well, Mum woke up from whatever festival ditch she had passed out in to angrily call my office and flip out on me. How dare I? Am I trying to poison her child with pharmaceuticals? Did I even draw her blood and check her vitamin levels? Do I want a bad Google review or worse yet, a warrant issued for my arrest? Do I even understand herbal supplements? I need to stop now because my head hurts remembering all of this. Thank you for watching all the way until the end and going through these crazy stories with me. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.